Hi, this is Gifty Etc. at www.giftyetc.com. Today I wanted to show you how I make a on-the-go daily docket using a Post-it note in my planner. It's a very simple way to make a daily docket. It doesn't work for very, very complex days, but it does a great job for days when I just need something quick that I can look at when I'm in the car or at the coffee shop or picking up the kids in carpool. So there are sort of three components that go into making this daily agenda, this daily thing that I'm going to do. The first one is in my dashboard, and as you can see, I have this little Post-it board. I just got it for very inexpensive at Office Depot or on Amazon, and I have my Post-it notes. These are the New York City collection Post-it notes. I like them because I like the sort of gray color to go with my black and white Flourish Franklin Covey compact size planner. So this is my planner in its natural glory. It's got all of the papers just shoved in there. But this part I'm going to go ahead and take out so that I can show you how I'm going to make this daily docket. So here it is, right here. I've got my Post-it notes, and I am going to use two parts of my planner in order to make just sort of a daily on-the-go thing that I can use to go with me outside of the house. So the first thing I'm going to look at are my monthly pages, and these have two components that I want to pay attention to. One is today's date. Right here it happens to be February 5th. So one is today's date. The other part that I want to pay attention to is right here in the center of my planner spread. I'm going to lift it up a bit so you can see it. And it's just sort of things that happen every day. So every Wednesday my kid goes to choir. That sort of thing. Doesn't mean that I'm necessarily in charge of it. Lots of times my husband is in charge of it. But it gives us sort of this is what we're going to look at every day of the month without having to recopy it. So I'm going to rely on those two things to make the first part of my daily docket. And all I'm going to do is at the very top, and as I do each of these things, I will show you exactly what it is I'm doing. So at the very top, I will write Thursday, 0205, and I like to double underline that. Let me show you. So there you go, Thursday. I'm going to have my schedule here in just a moment. Okay, so what's on the agenda today? Well, on the monthly page for Thursday the 5th, there's really only working out and working for 5 hours. That's how many hours I have to work today at my part-time job. So since none of those things are in quite a schedule, I'm going to look first at the schedule itself. And on Thursdays, there's carpool from 2:45 till about 4 o'clock. And then there's karate from 7 to 8:30. Now, sometimes I'm in charge of carpool, sometimes I'm in charge of karate. It just depends. We're going to pretend for today that I'm in charge of both. So I'm going to put at 2:30 carpool, at 2:45 carpool, and I'm going to put 7 to 8:30 karate. Now I want to show you something. I left some space between the Thursday and the 2:45 carpool. It's just enough space to write in that I need to work out and work for 5 hours because those things will be done earlier in the day. So I'm just going to write in there work 5.0 workout. And that's sort of today's schedule. Now sometimes I would leave room for dinner, but I don't need to leave room for dinner today because we have leftovers from yesterday. So there's nothing to be cooked. There's nothing to take care of. Also, the carpool today will be mine, but the karate will be my husband's job. So I can put a little note that he's going to take care of it. And this little at notice just says that my husband's got it. If it was something that my kid had to take care of, then it would say at, and then what the kid has to take care of. Next, I'm going to make my prep list. So step 1 was making the schedule. Step 2 is making my prep list. I have lists on my computer of things that need to leave the house with me. And so what I generally do is I just write prep right here in the corner, and I write down anything that needs to leave the house. Now, luckily today, it's just purse, water. That's it. That's all that needs to leave the house is my purse with my 5 critical items in it. If you look at my blog, you can see how I organize my purse with only 5 items, and my water bottle. Sometimes my prep list is very extensive, and generally it's done the night before. Today I'm just doing it the morning of to show you how it's done, but generally it's done the night before. So next I have my task list, and for my task list I will look at the tasks that are listed for Thursday, and I will take care of those tasks. So let me show you what I'm going to write down. On the task list, it says that my child's Mardi Gras project is due tomorrow. So I'm going to write at in his first initial in a box, Mardi Gras project. I write this at the very bottom of the list because he will be doing that on his own. So that's a good way to just kind of show that. I do need to run an errand. And the errand, so I put a circle and an E for errand. The errand will be run when I leave the house. So I'm going to go ahead and write that right underneath my schedule instead of further down on the page. Now in between there's other things that I need to do. I'm set to go grocery shopping on Monday. So even though it says that I need to do groceries, that's actually wrong. And so I will scratch that out of my planner and move it to the date when I am actually going to take care of making a grocery list, which is Sunday. So you'll see I just made that change really quickly. Next, it says that I need to check on my gift cards. That's just a task that's done on the computer. So I write a little 0 for a task, and a C is my context code for computer. And then I just write in the verb, check gift cards. You always want to write in the verb so that you know what to do on your notes. I also have a note to go online and make sure that I donate to the Louisiana School for Math, Science, and the Arts, one of my favorite charities to donate to in the school where I attended high school. However, I've already made that donation. So having done that, everything for Thursday is already listed. Now notice I do have 5 hours of work, and the work rules are in my work planner. Now that I have this all together, I'm just going to simply open back to the dashboard of my planner, and I will unclick it and put in this little list. And now you can see that I can just close out the planner, bring it with me, and I'm ready on the go to do everything while only looking at one little post-it note. This is Gifty Etc. from www.giftyetc.com. Please consider visiting my blog and finding out more about productivity, time management, and everything you needed to know about keeping your life in order.